Welcome everyone. Myself is Virender Sharma and I will be discussing with you the paper 2 of public administration and how this is useful for the overall preparation in our civil services examination. As already Vivek sir has explained you the public administration paper 1 and its relevance with the GS portions plus the approach which you require for covering of the public administration syllabus for your civil services examination. So continuing in the same sequence, discussing with you public administration paper 2. As far as this public administration paper 2 is concerned, this is known as Indian administration. Means paper 1 will give you overall understanding of management and international perspective, but paper 2 will take their application into the Indian administration's perspective. And this paper 2 consists of total 14 units. Out of these 14 units, you will find a lot of overlapping with the GS paper 2, GS paper 3 also, as well as GS paper 4. And for our wider understanding, I am going to classify these 14 units in detail for a better clarity, so that when you decide to take public administration as an optional, you have a crystal clear understanding that you are not just reading it for the optional preparation, but you are also simultaneously preparing through this subject your general studies papers as well. So let us begin with this first broad idea. That means overall this public administration paper 2 consists of total 14 units, which we can usually divide into section A, unit number 1 to unit number 7, and then section B, unit number 8 to unit number 14. Within this section A, we have some basic units like introduction to the Indian Constitution. We have a unit with respect to constitutional philosophy. We have with respect to PSUs, union government, planning, state government, and also simultaneously district administration. Means these are the first 7 units which are in paper 2, and they will be directly helpful for coverage of the polity, constitution and governance portion, plus the plans and priority unit will be directly suitable for even the GS paper 3. Out of these 7 units, unit number 1, which is about Kautilya's Arthashastra, Mughal administration and the British legacy. Just 3 simple topics exist and probability ratios of these are around 33% for each topic. Whereas from unit number 2 onwards, you will find these in direct contact with your polity and governance portion. That means if you cover these units in the public administration in detail, it will also enhance your confidence, your scoring approach even for the general studies paper. Because when you prepare for general studies, you generally focus upon the factual information, maximum is constitutional provision and what is the situation existing. But when you study the same portion in the optional subject, then apart from covering the constitution, what we generally focus here is, we focus upon one, constitutional provisions. So that when you cover that topic, you will be studying first what is provided in the constitution. Thereafter, what is the concept? So what constitution says and what is the general application of this concept, maybe with the help of any law passed by the parliament, any rules which have been formulated by the government of India or maybe at a state level with respect to such topic. Then apart from this, we also have to focus upon more and more critical evaluation. So critically analyze such topic so that maybe there are questions like comment, there can be questions like critically examine. For that purpose, advantages, disadvantages of the concept are useful. Thereafter, you also require a way forward. This way forwards are usually the suggestions, which we will definitely include in our class discussion with ARC. Second, recommendations. Because that is the latest reports which are available. 15 reports are there for the second ARC and they are suitable for the administrative reforms scenario. So we will refer these reports in order to suggest the way forward. And one of the most important thing, what are the current issues or the current problems with respect to such topic. That means from constitution to explanation to critical evaluation to way forward and what is happening currently. This holistic approach we can develop through the optional studies. And maybe for the general studies purpose, we generally focuses upon what are the recent matters, recent topic. But sometime in the exam, they ask a topic which is 4-5 years ago has happened. Like very recently in the current 2023 mains exam, there was a direct question about briefly discuss 101st Constitutional Amendment Act and how it is promoting cooperative federalism or how it is strengthening the cooperative federalism. So these analysis can be based upon this way. What Article 279A says, what Article 246A says, and 269A says. So three articles added by the same Amendment Act. What are the provisions of these articles? That is explanation. Some states are against the GST at the time of implementation. Some were supporting the GST at the time of implementation. In the present time period, some states are raising the concern about GST that we are losing our autonomy. So they are also a part of the current thing. And with respect to this, we do not have the second ARC recommendation. So we will use the Finance Commission recommendation as a way forward to make the GST more and more suitable. This is what is the benefit of public administration optional for your optional preparation as well as your general studies preparation. That's why this a small hint was needed to understand the holistic approach which we will cover through public administration optional in our classes. And for the convenience of our student, we will be having a wide class discussion plus class notes so that synopsis will be with us and also printed material so that updated material will be available to you and any new addition can be provided in the form of the handouts or leaflets so that holistic overall comprehensive preparation can be done for each and individual topic. Means books will be minimized and more focus will be through material, class notes plus handouts so that overall thought process can be done and most importantly how to write an answer. So we will practice also the previous year questions in the form of assignments so that when you write that assignment and can get evaluation done through the concerned faculty for paper 1, for paper 2, it will help you to even structure your answers and score more marks in the very first attempt itself. That will make the journey easy because studying a subject is one aspect. Writing an answer is another important aspect. And for that purpose means we provide this holistic support for each and every student. Either you attend the classes online or you attend the classes in the offline mode. This facility will be available to all the candidates of online as well as offline courses. Now I'm coming back on the syllabus relationship. I hope this idea is clear for all of us who are just watching this video at the moment, that what we are going to cover in the topic, each and every topic of the paper 2 syllabus. Now coming back here, paper 2 section A have generally these units. Now in the section B, unit number 8 to 14 we have. Now in that regard, we have the units like civil services. So this is civil services in India. We do have the local government. This local government for panchayats and local government for municipality or urban local bodies, plus law and order administration, administrative reforms, significant issues, and financial management. These are the holistic number of topics or units within the paper 2, which covers from unit number 8 to unit number 14. It appears that only 6 is written, but basically panchayats and municipalities are 2 separate units, and I have just clubbed them together for a wider understanding that local self-government will include both of them. So if you visualize these ideas, panchayats, municipalities are specifically mentioned within the polity governance paper as well for prelims as well as for the mains. This financial administration, which was in paper 1, in paper 2 it becomes financial management, and this is directly applicable for even the GS economics, fiscal policy, monetary policy. They are part of the syllabus. What is the role of the finance ministry in the fiscal policy and monetary policy? Even that is also specifically mentioned within the PubEd syllabus. CAG's role in the overall audit and how CAG act as a friend, philosopher and guide. These kind of application based questions we can find mentioned within this syllabus of financial administration. Plus, as I was suggesting you, administrative reforms. So this is a current pattern that either you take PubEd as an optional or not, you are bound to study administrative reforms commission's recommendation, second ARC. Even every successful candidate also suggests that please read ARC. So when you are supposed to read ARC for your optional subject. Whatever you will study in the ARC, it will be directly useful for the syllabus of this optional subject. That means in paper 2, we are not studying it just for 250 marks. If I tell you in a more appropriate and logical way, so this PubEd paper 2, whose weightage is just 250 marks like any another optional subject, it has the maximum overlapping with the GS portions, and this overlapping, if I find polity, constitution and governance, the weightage will be in this case around 125 marks. That is the logic. That means polity, constitution, governance, which is approximately 150 plus marks total, because fundamental rights are not part of the PubEd syllabus. So excluding that portion, rest of the syllabus has a direct overlapping with the PubEd, and minimum weightage will be, this is minimum 125 marks weightage in the polity, constitution, governance will be there from PubEd paper 2. Plus within the GS paper 3, in this GS paper 3, you will get the overlapping with economics portion, because Niti Aayog, budget, PSUs, Niti Aayog, budget, public sector undertaking, they are also the part of the PubEd syllabus, and they are directly applicable for the GS paper 3. Not just this, even a topic called disaster management, So this Disaster Management Act 2005, National Plan for Disaster Management 2016, recent means conference, that is Sendai Framework for the Disaster Management, that all get included under one single unit of significant issues in Indian administration, and that is a topic called disaster management, which is suitable for the GS paper 3. And the same paper 2 will also help for this topic called security issues. We have a unit called Law and Order Administration. So in this Law and Order Administration, what is the role of the central forces, paramilitary forces? What is the role of the state police, police reforms, police public relation, security challenges? They become directly overlapping with this Law and Order Administration. Or what is the government approach in the Naxal affected area, which is called left wing extremism. So what government is doing in that case? What is the government approach in the terror affected districts or terror affected areas? That's why the similar direct question have been found in the GS paper 3 even in the current year's mains examination. That means if you observe the weightage for this GS paper 3, you will find minimum 4 to maximum 5 questions we can link with the public administration syllabus, and this 10 to 15 marks average if we take, so overall 60 plus marks is the minimum weightage we can get in the GS paper 3, whereas in the GS paper 2 that weightage was 125 plus marks. And finally one more GS paper, that is GS paper 4. Within the GS paper 4, for the portions of ethics, we have a topic like code of conduct, RTI, citizen charter, good governance. So multiple topics on which there are direct questions in the ethics paper. We do have overlapping of those topics in the PubEd syllabus. We have a unit called accountability and control. That unit exists in the paper 1 of PubEd, and that unit is directly useful for this ethics paper. Plus in paper 2 of PubEd, I have mentioned civil services in India. That unit is also useful for the GS paper 4. And if your understanding of code of conduct, code of ethics, plus from paper 1, the management thinkers, if that understanding you can develop in a good way, then the case studies which are of 120 marks weightage will become more easy and more convenient. Because case studies of the ethics paper, they require administrative solution from your side. When you study a philosophical thought process, you may think about more philosophical solution. When you study political science and international relation, you may think from the political perspective of the solution. When you study sociology, you may think from the social perspective of the solution. But the best part of public administration is it will help you to understand the administrative side of the solution. That is why code of conduct, code of ethics, management thinkers and philosophers and the given circumstances will help you to become a problem solver, not a problem creator. Because that holistic solution, multiple solutions can be thought by you. Even decision making, which is a part of paper 1, will help you to develop multiple solutions and then choosing the best possible alternative solution as per the available resources, maybe manpower resources, monetary resources and the time dimension for implementation of a thing. That is why this public administration, because as a subject is means most sought after subject and it enjoys the top 5 position in the present time period. Presently, it is at the 5th position, and means it is always a allegation made against this subject that this is not giving the rank 1, but Pradeep Kumar is one of the most recent rank from public administration as All India rank 1, and this is a factual information which can help you to even compare in terms of rank 1, and syllabus wise it is very precise because just paper 1 have 12 units, paper 2 have 14 units. And not just this, out of these 14 units, I have just made an understanding and explanation for you that how much suitable it is. By looking at these numbers, if I add here also the ethics papers number, so this 120 marks of case study and minimum 40 marks of the theory, that means 160 plus marks. 160 plus marks is the weightage which you have overlapping with the PubEd syllabus. Think about it. That is why it's more logical in order to choose. As a student, if I'm a new one, I have never studied PubEd, I may have in my mind that see how will I perform. But that is the role of the coaching. That is the role of the institution where we can help you in a holistic way from the basic conceptual understanding to the application part of the topic. That is why you come to the Vajiram and Ravi and you can participate with us, and we will help you in order to achieve your overall dream. That is the thought processes which we will develop simultaneously. So in this entire brief discussion, my objective was to convey a message that why PubEd can be a good optional for the civil services examination, and in that how this PubEd is also suitable for the coverage of general studies simultaneously. So if I add this weightage, paper 2, what we are total doing in this paper 2 is 250 marks plus GS paper 1, GS paper 2, 125 plus marks, GS paper 3, that was 60 plus marks, and GS paper 4, 160 plus marks. That is the overall weightage and overlapping of the syllabus is. And if you go by the total, please do it. This is what we are studying for just one single paper, and every optional will have a 500 marks weightage. So as PubEd also have a 500 marks weightage, but in this 500 marks weightage, if I add this overlapping, is it? So this is what we are roughly studying for. This is what we are roughly studying for, around 845 marks. So think wisely in order to make your decision why to choose public administration as an optional, and it is one of the top 5 subjects even in the present scenario. In the past, approximately 1 decade ago, 2 years, the paper was made more and more application based, around 5 to 7 questions, and people have just created a whack about the this optional subject. Otherwise, in the exam, there are 8 questions. We are to choose 5. If I divide their subparts, there are total 28 questions, and you have to write 18 answers. This 18 is applicable in all the optional subjects, that they are dividing the questions into parts. So total 28 questions used to come, and we are supposed to write 18 questions. So if 4-5 questions are created in a difficult manner, we can apply our logical decision and decision making approaches to identify which 18 answers you wanted to write. That is a alternative flexible approach which will be developed by you in order to achieve your civil services examination dream. Is it? These are overall ideas which can help you to take a rational decision and can simply help you to even choose public administration optional for your civil services journey. I hope my ideas have reached to you and I have been able to clarify your doubts and confusions with respect to this public administration optional. In case you wanted to write any suggestion comments, you will be free to mention that on the video so that we will respond back with the help of our backend team to clarify your doubt or arrange the discussions on one-on-one basis. That is all for the today's discussion. See you soon in the classroom program at Vajiram and Ravi for public administration optional. That is all. Thank you so much.